So I'd caught a swarm back on April 10th, I believe it was, and put something on YouTube about it, you know. Talked about it being a virgin queen. She was smaller than a queen that would be laying for quite a while. So we wanted to see if she would get bred here at our place in Boyd, Texas, and around the April 10th time. And it's possible she could have got bred over in Springtown where she came from. So we just had to see what we think about that. So it's been 16 days. So if she should have cat brood in there, if she was got bred here soon after she came here, or possibly was bred over in Springtown. But I've made this hive here queenless. I found the queen in it yesterday and I moved it over there, and I left some bees and a couple of frames in here, and now I'm going to transfer the swarm and see if I can find the queen, look at her brood, and see what kind of progress she's made. So this is just a follow-up on the swarm video. So they've done well. They've drawn some new white wax. This is a fairly sizable nuke that I'm going to combine them with, but they're queenless, so it ought to make a good single hive right off the bat. I'm just going to open the middle where I can put the swarm right in the center with the queen and her brood nest and all her bees. And one way to combine bees, there's a newspaper method where you put a piece of newspaper between each hive body, and then you put another box here, put the hive that you want to combine with the one below on top of the newspaper, and then over a period of 3, 4, 5 days, and you make little cuts in the newspaper where they could crawl through the frames, slowly letting the smells of each colony intermix, and that takes a few days to achieve. Or one method that was Brother Adam, who developed buckfast bees, had experience with this method of just opening the top of the hive and leaving it open, for 10 or 15 minutes. Of course, during a nectar dearth, you would not want to do something like that, because that's going to, cause robbing from other colonies, whether it be your colony or strange colonies. But so you can leave them open. But with this being a queenless nuke, they are liable to accept this swarm queen pretty quickly, especially when she has open larvae, fresh larvae, and they'll get along just fine. So she has plenty of bees that came with her in that swarm to protect her. I don't see any fresh eggs on this frame. Nowadays, I got to use a flashlight to look at things, and it is overcast here today, so we don't really have the sun to get behind our back on it. I just usually use my breath, to get them out of the way. Sometimes I use smoke. Here I'm just seeing pollen and nectar on the frame. Second frame, there's a lot of bees on here. So there's a lot of cat brood right in the center. I'll have to see if I can find her first before I go to shaking bees everywhere. It'd be nice to see her too. So they got quite a bit of cat brood. So that means, you know, that she either got bred just before she came here, while she was hanging in that tree, while the swarm was hanging in that tree, or soon after she got here. So let me see. Yep, so I see eggs in the frame. Oh, and there's larvae. But as I move further out. Okay, so that's good news. So that frame will go in, and I can see, you know, there's no bees fighting. But this is the cat brood that I'm talking about. Right here on this side, that's all cat brood, the cardboard, rough carpet looking stuff. Down here on the bottom, I see a queen cup. We'll take a look at it and see. If there's no egg in it, it's just a cup. So yeah, just a cup. And they just make them in case the queen needs to lay in them. But if you look very close in the periphery outside of the capped brood, you could see larvae, and there are eggs out there. Probably won't be able to pick them up on the camera. So I'm going to turn this frame inward with the brood on it, and this frame also has cat brood right in the dead center of it, as well on this side, and they're caked up with bees, so it'd be very hard to find this queen. I did see her yesterday, and she was very enlarged compared to the small virgin queen size that she was. I'm not seeing her on this frame, but as you can see, there's cat brood in this center area, the whole almost 3/4 of the frame, and they have another cup here. We can take a look inside and see. That's a supersedure area to build a queen cup, so that's normal to put one there. You know, it's not something you want to tear down, because if she decides that, hey, there's something wrong with me and you need to replace me, then she'll lay in there. But so we didn't see her there. We'll get that frame in there, and we're looking on the side here now. So they have drawn comb on this side, and she is possibly in that, under that drawn comb. So I just want to be real careful with removing that drawn comb. And wouldn't hurt to put a little smoke underneath it, because what they've done is they've attached that comb to the wall, and so she can lay eggs on both sides. So I just want to make sure, just in case she's under there, that I don't hurt her. They didn't put any, they don't have any honey in here yet, so I'm not not making a mess with the honey. If there was honey in there, I'd be tempted to leave it. There's a lot of dirt in here. I don't know where they would have came up with so much dirt. I don't see the queen in there. So she's somewhere else apparently. But in case, I'll leave it by the entrance so she can walk in on her own. So she's not on this frame. She's not here. She's probably in a big mass of bees that I had to shake off to see what was on the combs. So we'll just get everything put back together here with her larvae in there. That is something that these queenless bees, they'll smell them and they'll go to them, and then they'll accept that queen easier. But we got the answers to our questions, that she is bred, she's laying, and with the combination of this small queenless nuke, we can have a good strong single hive here that'll be ready for a honey super when the time gets right. I think I'll mark the hive with an S so I can try to keep track of her. See y'all later. Thank you.